Hi guys, this video is for the passive. If you're in V4, then that is part of Unit 5, or if you're part of any other class, then this might just be a helpful video for you to figure out how to make a sentence passive if it's originally an active sentence. Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you what the steps are to make a sentence passive. After that, I'm going to show you what the passive looks like in all kinds of different tenses. And after that, finally, you'll do some practice yourself to see if you understand all that. Okay? Now, here's the first slide. It might look like a lot, but if you listen to me and go through it step by step, it's really not that difficult. Okay. Here's a sentence. The sentence is, I give my friend Peter a book. That sentence is an active sentence. We know that's an active sentence because the subject of the sentence does something. Okay? If you have that sentence and you want to make it a passive sentence, then what you have to do is the following. Step 1. You look at the sentence and you read it, otherwise you can't do much. Second step, you have to figure out what the subject, the indirect object, and the direct object are. You can see what those mean over here. When you have that figured out, you want to either make the indirect object or the direct object the new subject of the sentence. So the sentence would start with either my friend Peter or a book. Okay? Next step over here, you have to figure out what tense the original sentence was in. Now, I give my friend Peter a book is in the present simple. So that's going to be an easy version of this. Okay? You then have to add a form of to be that fits with that tense. In the case of the present simple, that is simply is. Okay? After that, you fit another past participle in there of the original verb. So in the case of give, that is give, gave, given. And when you put all that together, you get the final step. My friend Peter, he's a new subject, for instance. Then the form of to be, in this case, is, plus the past participle of the verb, given, and then whatever is left, in this case, the direct object. However, you could also swap it around and make the direct object the subject, in which case you get the other version of that final sentence here. A book is given to my friend Peter. Okay? So to very quickly summarize, what you do is you read a sentence, you figure out what the subject, indirect object, and direct object is, you make any of those two objects the new subject, you figure out what tense it is, you add a form of to be that fits with that tense, you add the past participle of that verb, and then you finally get my friend Peter is given a book, or a book is given to my friend Peter. Okay? Now, because this sentence was in the present simple, it's not too difficult, but it can get a little confusing when we ask you to turn all kinds of other sentences into a passive version if they're in all kinds of difficult tenses. So to help you out with that, here you have a little overview of different tenses and what they look like in the passive. It's rather logical, but you can just get kind of lost in the chaos of Grammarland if you have to remember all that. So refer to this for now. You can pause it during the next practice slide that we've got, but hopefully over time you will start remembering stuff and it'll get into your system. Yeah. So I'm not going to read all of them out because there's quite a lot of them, but check out what some of these tenses are in both the active and then the passive voice. Okay. Having taken a look at this, I'll full screen it for a second. Okay, you could pause it now if you need it, or take a screenshot if you liked. And with all that, we're going to take a look at a practice slide, okay? So here is a bunch of sentences. There's 9 of them. I would like you to look at these 9 sentences, see if you can take a few to turn passive. I recommend that you pause the video now. And now you're back, because you've done all the sentences like the best student ever. I'm not going to say all the right answers, but I will show you the next slide with all the correct answers on it. If you need help figuring out what the reason is that it is like that in the passive, I refer back to the previous overview slide or the slides before that show you the exact steps to make. But these 9 sentences look like this in the passive. Okay? You could pause the video now if you want to check your answers and see what you've done. Okay? Now, I'm going to go back to the main screen, and thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this helps you figure out how the passive works, and make sure to follow the steps. Just look at the overview, and after that you should be able to turn any sentence from active into passive and be a passive expert. Okay, thank you very much, guys. Good luck, and goodbye.